share.
Yes, we are so excited. Hey everyone, my name is Atia Hatcher. I am so excited to be here with the insights of a Black Muslim woman. I'm 28 years old. I'm from North New Jersey. I live in Atlanta now. I am a real estate agent. Please reach out to me. We will give all our bios and our
Instagram,
social medias, all that good stuff. But make sure everyone, puts their social media handles in there and everything. But I just want to let you guys know we're gonna have a good talk, and I'm so excited for you all.
Yes. Asalaamu Alaikum. My name is Aisha. I'm married. I have 2 kids, and I'm excited to be doing this. It's a new experience, and I couldn't think of anybody better to do it with. And I'm excited.
I'm Rakaya Lofton Eola. I'm married with 1 baby boy. He was born in November. I'm a finance major at Georgia State University.
Asalaamu Alaikum, y'all. My name is Jada. I am so excited to be a part of this group. Okay. But I attend Albany State University, which is a HBCU. Shout out to my Rams. Okay. And I'm 19 years old, and I'm a nursing major. So,
yes. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Hadiya Ujima. I'm a 19-year-old sophomore at Georgia State University. Go Panthers. I am a speech communications major. And I was born in Kentucky, but I relocated to Atlanta about 6 years ago, and I'm super excited to get started with all these beautiful women, Muslim Black women on this podcast.
Yes, Muslim Black women. That's why we are here, Black Muslim women.
Exactly.
That's why we are here, guys. We want to present to you today our first episode, which is going to feature us, of course, introducing ourselves. What else we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about our hijab stories, how we feel about our hijabs, the importance of it as well.
And we're just gonna give you guys a little reasoning as to why we decided to create the podcast.
Right.
The ideas and the visuals behind it.
Right. So we're excited.
So stay tuned, y'all. It's about to be great.
Get
yourself a cup of tea, some snacks.
Hang out with
us. So, Insights of BMW, which is Black Muslim Women, is created for young adult Muslim women, and we're going to be discussing different topics like marriage, hygiene, beauty, and like religion and other stuff too that relates to us Black Muslim women.
We're just more so aiming to dig deep and gain a sense of understanding so that we can try our best to elaborate according to the Quran and Sunnah, so everyone can be cohesive and understand and benefit from it.
And I think a lot of times, like, when you have so many different people, like a lot of times when we talk, I get more insight on different things that I wouldn't have thought about, because we've all been through different things, we all have different experiences.
And that's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of coming together and sharing your story.
It makes you think different.
Right. And I understand that with being Black, we're women, we're Muslim, but we're also very versatile within ourselves. We have different age ranges, different people, different points of their life, like, college student versus, married and have kids.
Right.
So it just helps bring that balance and for everyone to identify and understand.
Right. And sometimes when you get together and you speak to other women and you see, like, sometimes you can discover that you're not the only one going through something.
Right.
You're like, oh, you go through that.
People help you in a way that you didn't even think they can help you.
Right.
You might be going through something, somebody might say something, you like, wow. I get it now.
And speaking together in a group like this is therapy.
Exactly.
That's why whenever we have our little parties and stuff, it's always like, that's the best part. We like get up talking together. We got talking.
It's the best conversation.
Right. Yeah. And also being Black, especially Black women in this society, we're often left out of the conversation. Like if you're Muslim, everyone thinks you're like from Africa, or you're African, or you're Arab,
Ethiopian.
Right. Like you're not from America, but it's like we're here, we're popping in Atlanta.
Don't
forget about us. Do not forget about us. We're here.
Don't forget the fact that Islam has a long history in America.
Exactly.
And as you can see,
we out here.
Right. And as you can see, we all have our own different relationships with hijab and how we wear it and how we express ourselves. That's why I'm so excited to talk about it and give our hijab stories, because I know for a fact it's going to be people who's going to watch and relate to us. And even get ideas like, oh, I like the way she has her Shayla, her scarf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it brings a sense of humility as well, because we're all able to actually sit down, listen to opinions, and respect one another, and feed off one another's energy. And you know, we're able to, like you said, relate. And this person watching may relate to Kaya. This person watching may relate to Jada. So you know, it just brings
correlate.
Right, versatility. Yes, that's the power word of this conversation.
Absolutely. So should we talk about
Yeah. So
relationships? How do you know? What's your relationship with your hijab? How have you how have you come along with it? Your journey, you know. What's the start?
So you know, as we move on to this sensitive topic or concept of Islam, I just ask everyone to be open-minded and just try to listen and be understanding to everyone's opinions and how they feel towards it.
Right, because only Allah judges.
Right. Yes. Right. So I don't know if you guys. I mentioned that I was born in Kentucky, and so I was gonna start with my hijab, so if that's okay with you guys. So I lived in Kentucky for the first 13 years of my life, and mostly I was around. Within my Muslim community was mostly like Asians and Arabs and stuff like that, and then at school it was mostly like mixed people or from the Caucasus Mountains, Caucasian people. And so I was mostly around people who didn't look like me or acted like me or were from the same background as me. So growing up, I didn't have to wear hijab. I wasn't forced to or anything like that. When I went to the masjid, of course, my mother, she was just had an easy take on it. She wanted me to kind of grow myself into it and grow into it. And I'm glad she did, because I feel like if anyone's forced, it just doesn't seem genuine, it doesn't seem right. So for me, I didn't really care to wear hijab because I was kind of ashamed of being Muslim, really, because no one around me was Muslim. And if they were Muslim, they were Arab, and they had the straight hair, the skinny body. So I definitely went through some self-esteem issues growing up, and I used to hate my hair. I used to always straighten it and all that stuff. So it's crazy because I moved to Atlanta, and all I saw around me was beautiful Black Muslim women, covered, non-covered. Everyone was just beautiful. And I really saw that, and I was just like, wow, I can do this. They do it all the time, and they still look gorgeous. Right. And not even just about looks, but it was like the humility and just the character that went along with it. It just made you seem like a stronger person, and I wanted to be just like that. So I started wearing my hijab when I turned 13 when I moved here in 8th grade. And ever since then, I just never turned back. And it was just like, I was one day, because I went to a private school and I wore it every day anyway. So I was just like, why not? It would just be weird if I'm switching back and forth. Might as well just go all the way in. It's either all or nothing for me. So I remember hijab, alhamdulillah, since I was 13. Now, I'm struggling, I'm saying? Everyone struggles, and, I pray that Allah brings you back to a more modest way of living. But, for the most part, I have kept my hijab on for going on 6-7 years now. So,
First of all, I want to say a little something about your gosh, sister. That was a little
right. No, I was on and off. So I went to private school, let's say my first kindergarten through 3rd grade, and then I went to public school 3rd through 8th grade, and then I moved here, and then 8th grade through 11th grade I went to private school, and then in 12th grade I was in public school. It was wretched, but it's all experience. And now I'm in a public university, so of course Georgia State, if you didn't know, has a huge Muslim population of all kinds. So we're out here. So.
It's kind of a little opposite with me. Growing up, I went to Islamic schools my entire life. So I'm from Jersey, but at like a young age, maybe 10, 11, we moved to Virginia, in the country, in the boondocks, literally. So I don't know much. I went to Islamic schools growing up, and I was around Muslims my whole life. So I wasn't ashamed to wear it because my friends were wearing it. I was like maybe 10, 11 wearing my hijab, and from then I've been wearing it. So I don't know. I never really struggled with it in a sense where I wanted to take it off. Of course, when you get your hair done.
I'm saying when you cute, right? You look cute. You be like,
But of course, you have to remain strong and just be open-minded and remember that it's your choice, and of course, just be genuine with it and don't allow someone to force it upon you, because it's something that's between you and your Allah. So
I could definitely I can relate to like Hadia's a little bit. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, originally.
Okay, Ohio.
And the thing was, when I was little, I went to a private school. No, I went to a Montessori school. So that's when I started wearing which was around like fourth or fifth grade. And my mom, the thing was, she would, you know, the hijabs that around your neck. So yeah, I would start off with that, but then I kind of struggled when I got to school. I saw like all these other people that didn't have no scarves on. Like I was literally the only person. So I kind of like took it off and like put on a bandana and went to class.
Because it be like that sometimes.
Okay, Tupac.
Like I didn't quite really understand, and I wasn't like in tune. So I just like, okay, well, I just want to be like everybody else. I want to fit in. So it's just like, let me throw this bandana on, and you know,
Surroundings.
right.
And now you're still covering your hair too. So.
Right.
You know.
But so, you know, I had that time where it was a little difficult. But as soon as I attended a public school, I finally grew into like, okay, let me wear my scarf. You know, this distinguishes me from everybody else. Like this is me being different. Like, you know, and this is my modesty. You know, this is me. So when I went to public school, I kind of was like feeling myself. I'm like, okay, I'm the only person in the school wearing this scarf. You know, like people ask me questions like, what is your religion? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I was like, wow, like okay, this is you know different. Like this is me. So I started really like feeling, and I started being more comfortable, and I just got closer to Allah. Like that was the you know the time that I was in tune in my religion more. So I could say like I did have some little you know difficulties, but
and that's good that you were able to like the difference with the both of you. You went to public school, but you were able to actually embrace yourself.
She enjoyed being the only one, you know, with hijab.
Right, because it's different. Literally, like I went to a whole school and I was the only black Muslim like with a scarf on. Literally the only person. I even had difficulties with playing sports. Like they didn't want me to wear it. They'd be like, you have to get it signed, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that, sure. I'm gonna do what it takes. I'm not taking this scarf off. This is me. This is like a part of my body. Like you're not about to let me take this off.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because like with hijab, we've come a long way. So we're now it has to be accepted. It's like they're not questioning it like they did before. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show we're just making a strong presence. And it's like, okay, we're gonna have to respect them because that's their attire, that's what they wear, and they can do anything with it because we've proven we can do anything with hijab.
And like you said, when people like when they see us with our scarves, they think like we're different than them. Like no, we're human. You know, we just have a different religion. We you know.
But I feel like it's definitely empowering when you're the only hijabi in your area. It's kind of just like, okay, I'm doing something now. I'm saying I got no modesty.
My story is more like ways. I grew up. I didn't go to public school. I was homeschooled basically all my life. So and then I had all Muslim friends, and I wore my hijab all the time. I didn't really struggle with that. The only thing I ever had a problem with was, I guess, fashion with a hijab. Like back in the day, okay, you wore black abayas, black hijabs. Like so every time we go shopping, that's all my mom and them would buy us. And then we used to be like, okay, can we wear some other color? Can we get another color? So I wore abayas all the time. It was all black, and so that was the only thing I ever struggled with was trying to like look cuter in my hijab. And then another thing is, I never had a problem taking it off, but I had to learn that hijab is more than covering. It's how you act, like outside the house. So I had to learn how to be modest with my hijab. Like, okay, when you have your hijab on, it definitely protects you from a lot of stuff. Like, you're not gonna do certain things because you're covered and you look a certain way, and people gonna look at you a little funny if you out, you know, doing a certain type of way.
Yeah, it's like a self-check. Like,
Exactly. It
Maybe
protects you from a lot of stuff. So I had to learn how to okay, just because I'm covered don't mean I can be out here doing this or doing that. You have to learn how to be modest. It's more hijab is protecting all of that. It's protecting your body, like mentally and physically. It's protecting the whole thing. So other than that, I don't really have any struggles with taking it off. Like you said, of course, sometimes you might be feeling yourself, or you want to, or you think about it. But if you surround yourself with people who wear it, it's easier to wear it. If you have a lot of friends that don't wear it and they going out, they not wearing it, you're gonna be more tempted to not wear it. So it's really about who you hang around. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's so true. And you know, I can definitely agree with that. That kind of reminds me of my story and just growing up with hijab, and like you know, some of you guys, I went to Islamic school all of my life, and I grew up around Muslims. I was born Muslim, alhamdulillah. And I thank my parents for, you know, explaining hijab to me, explaining to me who I was, you know what I'm saying, as while I was learning in school and as I was learning my religion, and really knowing why you do it and why we wear it. And, you know, of course, number one being that Allah, you know, commanded us to do it in the Quran, but knowing why you're doing it, you know, because anybody knows if you're doing anything for anyone, it could just be emotion. You know, you're just doing it to do it. But if you do it with passion and know why you're doing it, you know, it can take you to the next level. And like I said, knowing that, you know, went to Muslim school, we wore it. And I remember, like, in Muslim school, we were younger, we had these scarves that we would, like, tie in the back, but they, you know, it covered us here, but then we tie it in the back, and then we'll bring it here and put a tie here. So that was like the beginning of our fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Making it our own.
You say you have to know why you're doing it, because if you're doing it because you fear your parents, eventually you're gonna get older and you're not scared no more. You're gonna take it off. But when they explain to you, okay, the Quran says this, Allah said this, we're Muslim, we do this, it sticks with you more. Because that fear of your parents is gonna go away. So you're right about that.
For sure.
You have to explain to your kids or anybody that wearing it why they wear it. And what it does.
That's another thing, you know, Islam of course starts within the home. So when you have your parents who are constantly building the foundation or your foundation of Islam and instilling it within your heart, then as you get older, and of course the people who you surround yourself with will be of an example for your lifestyle as well, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Who you surround yourself, without a doubt, knows, you know, that has a huge influence, you know, on you. Because even if you're around people who are not wearing it, you know what I'm saying, you might have it on and you could be in all confidence, but you know what I'm saying, just looking at them.
Like, it's real.
Right. It's just that inner battle that you still go through. That you're just like, it doesn't matter. It's just always a battle within yourself that you go through, no matter who you're around. It also, you know, helps influence you, but at the end you have to remember, you have to make this decision for you and how you want to go about it and do your life. So.
What you were kind of?
Well. But let's say, growing up in Jersey, my parents never really had to tell me to wear my hijab. I always, you know, let's say I started when I was like 5, because my older siblings were wearing it, my mother was wearing it, the whole Muslim community where we were from, Asalaamu Alaikum, represent. Everybody was, you know, fully garbed, head to toe. So I was like, all right, I want to be like them, you know what I'm saying? But let's say middle school, we moved to Georgia, and then I started to see a difference in the way the Muslims were covering. So in New Jersey, in that community, they wore, you know, majority all black, you know, hijab. And then I came here and I saw a diverse of, you know, style. Like, it was just like, oh my God, like, you can wear your hijab like that? I was like, oh, that's super cool. You know, like, so it was like, so I had kind of like the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I had this one focus of what hijab was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to all the hijab fashionistas in Atlanta and everywhere, wherever you are, you know, making your hijab you. And you know what I'm saying? And, you know, of course, making Allah first and when you put it on, but still, you know, making it who you are and being comfortable and walking out the door with the utmost confidence and whatever that looks like for you.
So when you saw like different girls like wearing different stuff, did that make you want to change how you wore it? Like not wearing so much black, or you know, like different things like that?
Definitely. Also, when we moved down here, I went straight to public school. Actually, I went to Darnor, a Muslim private school, for like a year, and then I went to public school. Nobody understood hijab. Nobody knew what a hijab was. Nobody knew what a Muslim was, and it was just like, so I was the only one that was covered in that public school. So, you know, I had some conflict with my dress, but never with my hijab as far as my scarf. So I was like, okay, so I'll see these girls wearing skirts. You know what I'm saying? I want to wear a skirt, you know, stuff like that. You know, being like in what grade? It was like 5th grade, you know? So you sometimes when you're the only one, you want to fit in. But alhamdulillah, the amazing mother that I have, you know, I would always go and speak with her, and she helped me build my confidence up. In 8th grade, you know, I was like, I got this, you know, and then also playing basketball, playing AAU, summer league basketball and everything, I was the only one wearing the scarf. And then I had shorts with leggings on, but my jersey wasn't tucked in. So everybody again looking at me like,
We
like,
stand
but
out.
she always
We
different.
stand out everywhere.
You always gotta be
Everywhere.
different.
Exactly. So, you know, sometimes I feel like the odd one out, and I'm like, let me just go to the corner because ain't nobody trying to talk to me. But then it was like my confidence started to build up because it's like, you're the only one. Mad people looking at you. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to go do this. You know, I'm gonna stand on them, you know?
People notice you.
Exactly. People notice you. And wallahi, wearing my hijab has brought me so many opportunities within, like, you know, outside of the Muslim community.
Right,
So many
right.
people wanted me to be on panels. Lots of people came up to talk to me. Like, it was a form of dawah, you know?
People are always
alhamdulillah.
asking about photo shoots.
Exactly.
Photo shoots.
Yeah, they say.
Because they see the beauty.
Exactly.
Even if they like kind of like they're not consciously doing it, but automatically they should see the beauty.
Right.
And something draws them to it.
It's very different.
Yeah, and definitely confidence in how you wear something will draw people in it. Like, look at she fly, she know it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't
Because
see a single thing, but she's mad. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
like
Right.
yo, like
Exactly.
she is
And you know
doing
That
it.
confidence, it brings you so much
Different
It
opportunity.
does. It does.
And it's crazy because I, you know, became more confident within myself once I started covering up. And you would think it would be the opposite, but for me, like my confidence boomed. Like I'm like, oh, I am cute. I
If something for the
am.
sake of Allah, He got you.
Exactly.
And also when I
Exactly.
learned the meaning behind the hijab, why we wear it, you know, why it's a protection, what are we being protected
Very.
from? It was like my confidence level just like, you know, it rose, and it was as if like, it was just as if I was a new person, so to speak. Like, you know,
Right,
like
right.
I was growing,
Light bulb,
I was
you know.
evolving, you know, like it was like
Evolved
ding.
Islamically.
And I was when I went to college.
Yeah.
When I went to college, again, I was the only hijabi. Actually, it was another one. But I was only black hijab, Muslim black. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like out of what 500 students, it was a small school. I'm like, okay, again, I'm the only one. You know. So just always being that minority. You know, when you're confident, it brings you so much opportunity. When you keep faith in the law, don't let anybody scare you from your deen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just evolve.
And I totally agree with you, Rakaya, because I'm like, you know, that confidence and that empowerment. I mean, I feel like you can conquer the world. Like you have a lot on your side, and you are representing. It's more than us knowing why we do it. When you walk out the door, as soon as you walk out, people know that you're different. They know that you're Muslim. It's not like any other religion where you might not have that attire, and we don't know what they're representing.
Exactly.
Right? Like as soon as somebody see me, they know I'm representing something. They might not know what religion or what, and they'll ask.
Yeah.
But they know I'm representing something, and I just know like I've truly been empowered by hijab. And it's been times where I'm walking with, you know, someone else or someone who's not covered, and a man will step back from me. Excuse me, Miss Lee.
The respect from me.
The respect factor.
I love it.
And it was crazy because they always ask, the first thing they always ask is, are you married? It's not like, are you single? It's like, are you married? They not playing with
They're
you.
like, no, sis ain't about that. But
That's another thing. Like a lot of the non-Muslim men are so quick to be like, "Wow, you are beautiful." Like, can I please have your whose number do I have to
Like,
marry you? Like they know what they
And
approach.
They come with respect.
First you gotta turn Muslim.
Like, no sister, they be like opening the door.
They be knowing the terms.
They be like, Asalaamu Alaikum.
They was like, I'm like, listen to
They be like, beautiful Muslim.
They don't know nothing else, but they know peace be upon you.
Yeah, they saying queen. They be like,
Yeah, queen. I'm like, y'all so whack.
but you know what though? Literally, it's a crown. Like it's a
It
crown.
really
Like
is.
you are a queen. Like
But on that topic though, what is one of the craziest questions y'all ever got regarding your hijab? Like honestly, I was in college, this guy goes, I know this is dumb, but do you really take a shower without on?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I really thought people only
Like-
say that on Twitter or Instagram, but it's a real thing. I'm like, no.
And the thing was, I had to learn to not get upset when they ask.
you can't get upset. That's not a part of
Because it's
Islam.
like, you would
You have to be
think,
kind.
you know,
Mhm.
why would you not even take a shower in that?
Yeah.
Can your brother see it? Can your father see it?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, but people, you will be surprised. People really don't know us.
Yeah,
They don't
they don't.
understand it. You
No,
know?
they know,
Right,
and that's
right.
okay.
And that's okay. So what's the craziest question y'all got before?
I mean,
Y'all
you
said
wear
wrong.
to go to
just the
sleep.
basics. Yeah, do you
Yeah.
shower with it on?
Do
Yeah.
you wear it, take it off, right? You wear it.
Yeah.
That's the
Do you ever take it off?
Yeah, I was like,
And when I get
people come up to me and be like, I'm sorry, I just want to ask you. I'm like, it's okay, ask me. It's no question is dumb. You really don't know, ask. I would rather tell you than for you to just be ignorant and just assume anything.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, girl, I had somebody ask me one time. They was like, what is it? They was like, can I pull it? I'm like, what? Yeah, at my school, I've had people come up to me and be like, yo, can I take it off? And I'll be like,
Try it. Hold on,
How
wait.
about
Look, you dirty. I'm like
I had to
this.
explain to them the meaning behind it and why I wear it because, you know, right then and there, you came at me not right. So
My second day at Claflin, this girl came up to me while we were like in line going to the gym, and she said, "Oh, you know what, girl? I just want to pull that off." I looked at her like, "Excuse me?" She started laughing.
That's the girls. They do be doing that. Like a little
That's
threat.
low-key
Like,
hate.
oh, pull that scarf off.
I remember.
Okay.
Right.
That's why I just gotta press, okay?
First of all, I ain't fighting. So you're not gonna have a chance to even come this close to me. Physical, I'm not doing, but I tell you this much, you know, we're not gonna allow anyone to compromise our hijab, and you know, looking at it, that's as close as you're gonna get it. No, you can't touch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Unless,
like, can I feel you?
right, unless you just want to spill like the material of it. So I'm like,
See if you want to
Okay.
right.
But like even that, don't touch me. Like,
It's like doing like touching people's hair. It's like
Exactly.
you wouldn't go to something like, touch your hair. That's just strange. Like,
Yo, yeah, because that's one time that happened to me. This lady was like, wait, I like this scarf. I'll give you $20 for it. I said, hold on. I went right to the car, switched it. No, I'm kidding. It was a coworker some years ago, and I definitely watched it and brought it back to her like 2 days later and let her buy it. Because I can go right downtown and get another one. Here you go.
that's a true hustler.
That's
when
what
you
I
were 10, I just Molly
Right, I doubled up.
But alhamdulillah, like I'm glad like we have like different materials and like, you know, different ways we can wrap our like scarf because it's different and it's, you know, you can, you know, do it in your own way and put it up in your own way and still be modest. Like I like that. Like
Right, modesty is key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Protection is key. Knowing why you're doing it and who you surround yourself with and being confident.
All right.
And once you find your sense of identity and how you choose to wear it and your level of comfortability as far as covering as a whole, then nobody can tell you nothing, to be honest. Like,
Right.
nobody can tell you nothing.
Right.
But
That's just true.
I think that's it, y'all. As we come to a closing, I'd just like to say that I'm super glad that, you know, I have these sisters here with me. And honestly, it's not like you know, we're unfamiliar with one another. We know
Right.
know each other.
We've been to slumber parties, we've been up all night talking and conversating about these exact topics. So
This is
is
what
nothing
we do.
On
this is
camera.
nothing new to us.
This is a sisterhood right here.
Right.
And we would love if y'all joined us as well.
Right. Get it in on the fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure people have different stories than what we have. You know.
Different questions. Definitely
Exactly.
those in the comments below. We would love to hear it.
Right.
Definitely.
Email us, hit us up, let us know what's up.
Yeah, we're gonna be definitely interactive with you guys. We want everybody to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Questions, concerns, topics you guys want to talk about. And I know you're gonna, you know, elaborate more on that. But I'm so excited to like introduce us to the world.
So let's make a hashtag. Hijab story. Hashtag hijab story.
My hijab story.
Or
Yeah.
my hijab.
No,
hijab story.
BMW hijab story or something hijab story BMW.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, so hashtag.
My hijab story.
My hijab story.
BMW.
That's too long.
Should put
Yeah, no.
my hijab story.
Yeah,
It might
Hashtag
have
my
that.
hijab story.
We
Let
will
us
check
know.
it out. We would like
Don't let
it.
somebody might
And
have
also,
it.
this is about you. We're celebrating you as Black women, as Muslims, as human beings. It's all about you.
Definitely.
And also, should I go ahead and go into the advertisement? Yeah, so also we want to celebrate you guys, and if you have any type of, we love our Black entrepreneurs, our young entrepreneurs, our Muslim women entrepreneurs, so we want to
Oh, we're
celebrate you
excited.
guys.
I can't
So
wait.
if you have a business or any type of venture that you would like us to talk about and include, definitely email us at insightsofahijabwoman
Yes.
Insights of a BMW at gmail.com.
@gmail.com.
Or you can always follow the Instagram regardless.
Yes, we're always connected.
Shout us
y'all.
out, DM us, and we'll definitely get connected with you with a little bio about your company or your expertise, and we'll definitely insert you with our stuff.
Right, and as you
So-
see, just talking about what we have on the table right here, we do have
Came
two
prepared.
Black-owned businesses that we wanted to give a shout out to. We have a scarf right here. You can point at it. Pull up the card. And this one is Maria Modest Styles, also known as Draped Styles. She sent me over Shayla scarf. She asked me to, rock it, support.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes, so
That's a
the
vibe.
material.
That black.
Yeah, that material
You
is
cannot
like
go
borrow
wrong.
it.
Just black.
Quick rap.
You can borrow it.
Try it on real quick.
Put it on, Gator. Put it on, Gator.
What's up, everybody? Watch
Listen, it has the pearls. Hold on, you got the pearls. So listen, this is two sisters. This is two sisters from North New Jersey. They just opened up a nice Shayla. They have Modest Holding. They also promote Modest Wear, exactly what we're talking about. So I'm so excited to give them a shout out. Make sure y'all head over to their pages. We're gonna definitely put down their Instagrams and everything. But it's draped _ the letter N style. At draped.
We'll put
We're gonna put it in there. Okay, we're gonna put it in there. But definitely go follow y'all support. She got fly scarf, Shayla's. Y'all gonna be
Check
fly.
that out.
Yeah, definitely. Thank
So
you.
we have
Thank you
another
for my
card. You
scarf.
want to look at her business card is there as well.
Yeah, so this is scarf.
So we have, what is it? Hibiscus lemon ginger tea.
It's okay.
We're all for the natural.
Yes, the natural honey. Okay.
Yes, this is internal, external. Listen,
Most definitely.
this tea is the truth.
So this is by Isoke Lukman. She's the founder of both Garden Verity and Gardens for Life, two brands intending to reinforce the return to natural, holistic, and healthy living. Garden Verity Tea offers organic loose-leaf tea blends designed to improve the quality of life, and Gardens for Life builds personal organic garden spaces for those ready to take ownership of what they eat. So she's all about the whole natural vibes going on.
Holistic healing.
Isoke is driven by the purpose of being part of the collective healing of the planet and fulfilling her divine calling. To find out more about these products, we'll of course insert both businesses.
Yeah, all her information, all of their bios and information.
Yeah, and their contact information in the description under the video.
Yeah, and check out that tea, y'all, because Isoke will deliver it to you. She will
Oh,
pull up.
If you're in the ATL area.
Yeah, man, ATL, and I'm pretty sure she'll make sure anybody else can get it, but it's really good.
And
Try it
just
out.
make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and YouTube.
Yes.
Insights of a BMW. Like, subscribe, share, tell your family, tell your friends.
And your friends.
And just, interact with us.
Yes.
And
we got some nice stuff coming
Right,
up.
give us some ideas too. What do you
Yeah,
guys
we
want to know?
want
Don't
Don't
want to
forget to
hear.
hashtag. We really want to
Yeah.
know about your story.
Yes.
your hijab
Just
story.
Yes.
try to be more involved. Be a part of the discussion. We want
this to
let
be a big
everybody-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us your insights of hijab and your story.
Right.
into hijab and all
Yeah,
that
also
stuff.
if you want to tell us anything, if we inspired you, you know what I'm saying, anything, if you want to, get involved in any way, please
Yeah.
contact us and
Any
reach out to us.
feedback, something that you would like to see, or any discussions that you would like to hear.
Right.
Yes. And content will be released monthly, and we're gonna have some also humanitarian projects coming up that you guys can get involved in, inshallah. And stay connected with our accounts because that's when we release all the information. And comment feedback as well.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, and yay to the first episode.
Insights of